Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be taking a look, Aquarius, at the next 3 weeks for you. That's going to be November 11th to November 30th, 2019. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, those of you who are celebrating Thanksgiving. Now, Aquarius, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so let's just get into your reading and see what you got happening. What's up for you? Now, you do have as your overall energy sad embrace. It's a 45, breaking down to a 9. So, with sad embrace here, your feelings are involved. You're upset, you're sad about something that you need to accept or you're having difficulty accepting. You may feel that something is at its final stages or experiencing a sense of closure with or needing closure with, or there may be things that you're needing to clear up or clear out. And I feel that this is a focus on relationship, focus on love. And with that self embrace, I feel like there's a need for you to listen, or you feel like that someone's not listening, or someone feels like you're not listening to them. And so this is you needing to pay attention, or you are paying more attention, or you are being shown by your love interest that there's a sense of you not paying attention with regard to the relationship. And so there's a need for communication, or there is communication, or dialogue is opening up or needing to open up around love or significant connection that you are experiencing sadness for, because there may be concerns about what's culminating, or perhaps with how to attain what you want or prosper in the situation. And so you do have stripping illusions, 27 breaking down to a 9. So there may have been some confusion, some lack of clarity that is being stripped away concerning love or in a significant connection where the truth is being expressed or needing to be expressed. You have letting go, which is a 43, breaking down to a 7. So there's a focus on trying to let go of the sadness that you are experiencing, or that someone is experiencing with regard to love, with regard to your connection. And you're looking at how to let go, how to redeem, how to address whatever conflict or possible upheaval or problem that is existing in the connection. This is perhaps you maybe lacking faith, or trying to keep the faith with the way to redeem, or whether or not it can be redeemed. And you also have sexual energy, which is a 25, also breaking down to a 7. So I feel that with sexual energy here, Aquarius, for some of you, there's a huge desire or passion, or there may be a lack of desire or passion. I also feel that for some of you, there is issues around your sexual energy, your ability to perform, um, where you may be experiencing sadness or needing to strip away any illusions around any concerns or possible issues that may be existing in your sexual energy, or the sexual energy of the person that you are in love or connection with. But I feel that there are issues around that that need to be addressed. For others of you, I feel that this is you um, now looking at addressing the issues and seeing how to handle your sexual performance, or the sexual dysfunction that is being recognized. And so you do have vanity and you do have forgiveness. So with vanity here, I feel like, Aquarius, either you or who you're dealing with is needing more here. And in needing more or achieving more is expressing that will make them feel better for whatever this who you're dealing with needs more from you, or with who you feel or may need more from, or both. And so, but vanity also talks about, being vain, okay? um Over exaggerating or being very prideful about what you're achieving, or what you are capable of, or what you can do. And I feel like you may be being called on that, or you're calling someone on that, or this is happening, you know, between you and who you're dealing with, where you're both calling each other on some shit that, you thought, or it was thought by the person that was doing the giving or the doing, and in the exchange, that they were doing a great job, or things were great, or things were grounded, when really there was more anxiety and more ungroundedness and a lack of security around the situation, or with what was being given or not given or thought to be given or expected. And so there's a need to express, to communicate, but standing in authentic truth, either you or who you're dealing with, or both. And so then you have forgiveness. So this is focusing on how to heal, seeing what to do to work this shit out. And there could be a focus on a child, or you may feel someone is childish, or someone may feel that you're childish or immature or inexperienced here. But you do have foolish, and you do have adventure or risk. So, Aquarius, you may feel foolish, or someone you're dealing with may feel foolish with regard to love, or the connection that they're involved with you, or that you are involved with whom you're dealing with. And, there may be some issues of responsibility or ability to take care of things, or, there may be some recklessness or inexperience here. Or someone may have been being a little too carefree in the connection, and what the connection needed, or what the person this is around is needing, whether this is you or the other person. And with adventure or risk, I feel that there's a lot of emotions around this for you, Aquarius, and with who you're involved in, but that also you are concerned about, the risk, or taking a risk, or your relationship being at risk, or whether or not you're going to be able to embark on an adventure in your relationship, to navigate the things that need to be addressed, that need to be let go of, that need to be checked, that maybe forgiveness can happen, or can it, and embrace what is going on, even though it's sad, but whether or not you can move forward. You may feel in over your head, or things have gotten really deep and intense. I feel that there's a lot of tension around this for you, Aquarius, or you feeling pressure. But you do have, through the darkness comes the light. So I do feel whatever is going on that you're experiencing or dealing with regard to love, with regard to relationship, connection, or the problems that are coming up and surfacing, where you are experiencing the sad embrace, it's through that sad embrace that you are able to put what's going on the table, or it be addressed or looked at and the where you may not have been able to see, or where you need to see, the light is going to shine. There's light at the end of the tunnel, even though things may seem dark and sad and disappointing, maybe even painful, or possibly in an unsalvageable state. You may even feel, or that it causes you to feel sad about perhaps what you thought existed, or what you learned doesn't exist. And so the overall energy you have here, Aquarius, is you got the Wheel of Fortune and you do have the Knight of Cups. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is also Jupiter energy, but there's a focus on a need for growth, or a focus on a need for more wisdom. But definitely, there's something going on where you are needing to go through a change, experience a change, or something unexpected is happening around love with the Knight of Cups concerning what's being offered or being received. Or, there may not be as much romance and intimacy, or with the focus to bring more of that in. There may be, concerns about what needs to be extended here or received with regard to love. This swordfish here. So I feel there's been some complications with romance, and that you're going through some phases. There may be some pessimism, or you may be trying to focus on the opportunity, or there may have been a sudden turn that happens, a turn of events. But this is perhaps you focusing on how to deal with the unexpected, or create positive shifts and changes, or to hold up during the changes that you're experiencing. With the Wheel of Fortune, you may be experiencing good fortune or bad fortune, or things working out good or not so good. But with Sad Embrace, there may be a turn of events or the unexpected that is happening around love that is not good, that you see and perceive and feel and experience is negative. And so in the recent past, you do have the Page of Swords. So you receive some news or communication, perhaps from someone that is speaking their truth, but it was hard to hear, but it was still the truth, or it was their truth, or this was you, or there could be something concerning a child, or this was you in the recent past needing to come up with, or come to a new consideration or new plan around love and how to change it, or what needs to happen romantically or in the love relationship, where love needs to be cultivated, to be built up or nurtured. And so with that Page of Swords, Spirit, tell me more about the Page of Swords. You may be on guard, or you may feel that someone is being immature, that it is felt that you are behaving immaturely. With that Page of Swords, you may be trying to figure out in the recent past how to cut away something. But I feel like there also was a lot of chatter, communication. It may have been some small talk that really didn't target the issues. Spirit, tell me more about the Page of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords. So you felt limited or restricted or trapped in your mind. This could be a self-imposed prison with this Eight of Swords. You may have had issues with the way to navigate something, or that something needed to be navigated where there was some problems, or things that you didn't see, or who you were dealing with didn't see, or didn't know what to do with, or how to deal. To come out of this limitation, restriction, or feeling confined. You may even feel trapped by the situation. or the connection. Because with the Six of Wands, something needed to be acknowledged or recognized, or there were issues with the ability to have victory and to overcome the strife or the difficulties that was being experienced here as a result of this communication, or this new thing that needs to be considered, or the way the communication was being given or received was not taken well, perhaps. Now, at present, you do have the world. So, with the world here, this here is about some sort of completion that you're experiencing at present, something coming to a close, a full circle with the world, something perhaps ending or something being attained. Spirit, tell me more about the world for Aquarius. Tell me more about the world for Aquarius. Tell me more about the world for Aquarius. Thank you. With the world, you have justice. You could be dealing with the Libra or have this energy in your chart. But there is some success, some attainment, some completion, bringing the issues or addressing the issues towards the focus of bringing it to a close, or coming to some sort of closure about the issues, or what was needed, or what was being discussed or needed to be discussed, or new plans needed to be around. With justice, this is focusing on balance, focusing on doing the right thing, making right decisions. And again, with the Six of Wands, with the goal of having victory to what is being acknowledged or recognized here, where there were challenges or strife. So this is you experiencing some sort of success or attainment at present, Aquarius. Very nice. But whatever this is that you had to deal with, it was a sad embrace. It was difficult to hear or experience or go through, or it is difficult to hear and experience and go through. And so in the future, you do have the King of Cups. So there is a lot of emotion around this. There is emotional maturity. But I feel that this is in the future, you taking responsibility, or there is some accountability being addressed here or being done with this King of Cups energy. And focusing on being mature. And this was, with the Knight of Pentacles popping out, this is something that, is taking time, or it is a process, but that you're very determined to work on and be reliable and to maintain it and do what needs to be done through the assessment that you're doing or that's happening or needing to happen. And because you've invested into this and you do want it to succeed, or you're looking at how else you need to invest in this so that things succeed and progress, and you see more of a return in the situation, or who you're dealing with sees more returnable. Tell me more about the King of Cups for Aquarius. Tell me more about the King of Cups. There may be need to be some changes in what needs to be offered. The Knight of Cups is here again. So this is definitely taking responsibility about a romantic connection, a love partnership, or there's a need to take more responsibility about what's being offered, because you might want to focus on how to make it more secure and stable, or you feel that you are experiencing your partner holding back, or your partner is holding back from you. With that Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. And so you want to have a firm foundation. You want to work on things with that King of Cups, or there is a need to. Also, I feel with this Knight of Cups, there may have been an air of fantasy. You have Judgment. So this could be something karmic, or this could be about trying to rejuvenate the situation or resurrect it. or to rise to the call with judgment here. But also, this is about wanting to get a second chance or renewal or a rebirth. Or you may feel criticized, or you are criticizing, or both. And so, your challenge is the Magician. This is Aries or Aquarian energy with the Magician. The challenge is, how do you influence your relationship, your love connection, and craft what you desire here? You may even be considering how to dominate, or there may be challenges with trickery or manipulation, or you may lack the expertise or wisdom here with the Magician, or there's trouble being able to manifest what you want in love and paradise. Spirit, tell me more about the Magician for Aquarius. Tell me more about the Magician for Aquarius, please. Thank you. So there may be challenges with getting harmony in love, challenges in marriage, challenges in being able to see success and completion with your aims, or challenges in the home where there's a focus on happiness and contentment, or wanting happiness and contentment. There may be challenges where, you feel, or who you're dealing with feels there's selfishness happening. I'm also hearing someone may be feeling begrudging, or there's like a grudge forming or existing. And a challenge to resolving that. And so your likely outcome is the Emperor. This is Aries energy, or you could be dealing with an Aries. But with the Emperor here, this is you trying to figure out how to take the lead, or you taking the lead, focusing on getting control, managing this, getting it grounded, structuring, organizing, perhaps coming up with some rules or with some steps to have progress here. You are taking authority. You are looking to have a firm foundation to protect what you have with who you have it with. There could be concerns about control issues with the Emperor here. But this is needing to have courage and be motivated, and to do away with the confusion with the Ten of Swords here, bringing something that's very painful or difficult to the end, or seeing how to resurrect it or avoid the ruin of a relationship or connection here, and manage it and face and deal with the complications by seeing the alternatives with the Hangman, or you could be dealing with the Pisces. And seeing how to move past any hang-ups by reevaluating what's going on, where there may be selfishness or manipulation, or there could be some depression or futility, or there may be some blind allegiance to a belief or a vanity to what you thought you were doing, or what someone else thought they were doing in the relationship, when more is needed. It feels like perhaps you're going through a dark time in love or in your connection, But this is here because there's something that needs to be embraced and understood, and that is there is sadness in that connection, either for you or who you're dealing with, or for both, and that it needs to be sorted out and come out of the shadows and to speak up and to communicate so you can shine light on the situation and see light at the end of the tunnel to improve in it. So that with the Knight of Wands, you can take action and see movement, but being mindful to not be too hasty or not be impulsive, but also to be someone that you can count on or that can count on you and see progress. And I just want to take a look at this Wheel of Fortune. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups for Aquarius. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune and this Knight of Cups for Aquarius. So there's a lot of communication needed, steps that need to be taken, plans that need to be made, looking at how to bring order and organization to the situation. You do have the Hermit that popped out. You could be dealing with a Virgo, have this energy in your chart. But with the Hermit here, there's a need to look at coming up with solutions and to making changes to what has been established or what has been built to maintain the stability and security around family, around home, around, who is valuable to you, and having more value towards it. And this here is taking a step back to reflect on things, to see how things need to be changed or what needs to be given to this romantic connection or what is lacking, and resolve it and come up with the solutions. You may have felt, or who you're dealing with may feel, that there was some sort of a minimalist approach, giving very little to the connection or to the relationship, the person you're dealing with, or you feeling that way, or both. With the Two of Cups underneath, this is about love, coming to agreement, coming to understanding, getting on the same page. So let's take a look at what some guidance is for you, Aquarius. Dear Spirit, what is the guidance for Aquarius, November 11th to November 30th, 2019? So you're going to focus on how to build on it and build and bring it into the pain, the anguish, the hurt, or even betrayal that may be felt or being experienced, or that's how it's being seen. What is the guidance for Aquarius? And you're going to resurrect this and heal it. Some of you may decide to bring it to an end. Be mindful not to be over controlling. Or being controlled. But doing things orderly. And having the courage to end the confusion and be rational and perhaps have a new perspective, and to embrace what doesn't feel good so that you can work on coming to a place to change that and feel good for yourself and for the connection and for who it involves, as it has to do with love. What is the guidance, please, for Aquarius? What is the guidance for Aquarius? For others of you, there may be a focus on the end of a connection that is over or has already been over, that you may be trapped in your mind about. because you may have been responsible to causing the end to that connection, and that is your sad embrace. And you're trying to find light at the end of the tunnel because you are recognizing that what you did was foolish, that you took a risk behind some adventure, that you were focused on perhaps someone else, and you perhaps want forgiveness with something that you showed vanity towards, where you were doing something thinking that you needed more or wanting more and things would be better for you, but it wasn't for the other person. And so your pride got in the way, and you may have issues with letting go, or you are coming to a place where now you are able to let go. And it was something that you felt a lot of passion for, or that you very much desired, or the passion in it is gone and there's a lack of desire, perhaps by the other person, or starting to be that way for you. And so, in terms of guidance, you have three cards that came out. You have authenticity, which is a 5, sovereignty, independence, and uniqueness. So, this is about being very authentic, okay? Standing in your truth, being real about your connection and what needs to happen and what's going on in it so that you can address it and change it. You also have acknowledgement. It's a 26 breaking down to an 8. Seeing, knowing, and accepting. Having the wisdom to be able to acknowledge or have acknowledgement about what's going on in your love connection or what needs to go on in it, and seeing how to change it by reevaluating it and being open to resolving the problems that may be existing there, and having an awareness and being open to learning and still dedicated to achieving happiness and fulfillment and feeling good for yourself and who you're dealing with by modifying what needs to be adjusted and not being in a space of denial, but choosing to want clarity and being open to allowing clarity to be presented to you where you may not have been able to see, and even though it may hurt. And you also have counsel, which is 18, that can break down to a 9. And so I feel that there's a lot of feelings and emotions, a lot of feelings fluctuating, where there's some uneasiness and uncomfortableness. And so with counsel here, this is about focusing on, the coming into a communion. This is focusing on the group. This is meeting up. This is advisors or advice, getting guidance, being open to new ideas, new ways of doing things, new concepts, to counseling the situation or receiving counsel on your situation in order to improve it or be able to navigate what may be unclear that you only can see in part, or where things may be hidden or there needs to be more introspection. There needs to be more clarity with, so that you can get a handle on this and bring it into the pain that's being caused or the mental anguish around it as a result, for you or for the other. Coming up with new plans to build. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.